Hello, I'm Pixie, and this is Project MOAYDD. Um, Currently, I am working on writing several books, um, one of which has a lot of Nihongo in it, and with my writing style, I am very concerned with how it will translate or won't translate. Um, it tends to be quite descriptive and use visceral phrasing, but I will be trying to not be so in your face when it comes to a lot of the more traumatic parts and personal history bits that are uncomfortable. um, Pull a bit of a reverse Oishi there. TARDIS. May I introduce TARDIS Cat. She's bigger on the inside, thus her namesake. Boop. Yep. Okay, so the main book, Pixieland Yume Bus, is a little bit like an autobiography, but based in a fantasy world, a real one. Ever since I was a child, about 4 or 5, I've had pretty consistent and very vivid dreams. Lots of different types of dreams. I've had some dreams that were, I'm assuming it's because of medications, illness, whatever. And they're just wild. But typically I have normal, just dreams that happen. But I also have Pixieland dreams. That's what I call them. And with those, they have a level of consistency and story arcs and stuff that just are not common for dreams. Like, none of my other dreams are serial like this. The continuity is insane, and the world building is insane, and just the consistency to keep hold of those rules. I'm working to write a story that tells that story, as well as where I was in my life when those different things happened, and how that relates and affects to me today. Now, one interesting thing is that in my dreams, about maybe a year after they started, I made a friend there. Now, I've always just assumed that it was, an imaginary friend. People have those. And when I got a little bit older and started going to therapy for the horrific trauma that I endured as a child, I learned that a lot of traumatized children will have these ICs, that these imaginary companions that will last sometimes a lifetime, and stay with you, age with you. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, there it is. That's my answer. That's hero. Until last year, when everything changed. Hiro is a Japanese boy that I thought was my same age for years. Found out in a dream some time ago. He was actually 7 years older than me. He'd always maintained he was real. Of course, that's no, that can't be. However, it is uncanny that there is a real person in this world who has mirrored my dreams in their song lyrics for decades. And also is Japanese and 7 years older than me. So it's Erie, Indiana, folks. But, I would like to chronicle my life story and show how much creativity connects people, how you can actually bond with someone just through art, and how art brings presence. Obviously, the boy I grew up dreaming about can't be the guy that looks like him and talks like him and is from the same place, is the same age and all that. But it makes for a really interesting story. And more interesting than the story is just the truth behind it, and things like how both my partners, my husband and my QPP, they both really believe that this person is who I dream with. I mean, it's that intense of a story. And it's crazy because I'm the one who's like, no, it's not. It can't be. Real life doesn't work that way. I hope that everybody enjoys how this works out. It started off with MOAYDD, Macaroni Oni, a Yankee Doodle Demons. And I realized I couldn't fit everything into that book, the art book, the miscellany. So that's how Yumebas came into being. And then I realized that the two kind of out of context adventures that we took didn't really fit into the story of my life because they were just things that happened in the dream, but they were super interesting. One is basically when we were kids, we were pirates for a while, so that's cool. Our ship was cardboard. After that, we went back to Pixieland. We were in Dream Tokyo a little while, and then we decided to go to space. And so we turned our cardboard pirate ship into a spaceship. A shitty spaceship, but a comfortable one for us. Comfortable in the kind of way where you complain about how something's uncomfortable. Cozy, homey. But man, the seat, So yeah, it's much longer part of the story than the pirate part. So it's going to be broken up into light novels, and that'll be the last part of the project I work on, releasing a graphic novel for the pirate story part when I'm finished with Yumebas. And the first thing to be published should be MOAYDD itself, which is born from the concept of sending my Oshi 1,000 Oni heads in the way that like a Western knight would bring a dragon head for a princess, you know, since he's a king. Obviously I don't have 1,000 Oni heads lying around, and I determined I could just draw them, but the experimental Oni head project that was birthed from joking about sending them to him kind of gave me this platform for understanding that I needed to actually make these things, and that saying thank you to him for everything he's done for me emotionally and how much that's helped me is such an important thing to me, that I told my partner that, like, yeah, like, I really should write this book. I really should, like, at least make the miscellany and put it in the foreword. Hey, if anybody knows Masayoshi Oishi and you see this, would you show him this? Which has become an unnecessary thing recently. I'm excited to actually put on my big girl pants and write a foreword that says thank you, especially since there will be a part of Pixland Yume Boss that talks about 2 occasions where his music saved my life. So, you know, I'm hoping that this project will help me with my desires as an illustrator and a writer. But it is very important to me that the person who inspired me so much benefits from it, not just gets a thank you, but I'm hoping that like people will read it and go, who? What? Is this guy real? Check it out. Speaking of checking it out, I will have music playlists. I have already got a couple playlists that go along with the books. They're just like on Spotify. They're not for purchase or anything. They're just playlists that coincide with the writing. So hopefully people will find that cool. And if I can get the permission that I am asking for, I'll be able to even include in the books the actual songs lyrics that mirror the dreams. So fingers crossed for that, you know. Yep. So that's an update. I wanted to keep this under 10 minutes. Looks like I went to 14, so sorry about that. But thanks for watching, and it would really help me out if you would subscribe. Thanks.